All right, guys, we'll give this a another minute or so for a couple people to join. But today should be a pretty short lesson. I've really nerfed this section here. So we'll go over just setting up a definite integral. We're not even going to solve it. We're just going to set it up. Okay, well, we'll get this started here. So setting up a definite integral will help us find the area underneath the curve bounded by the x-axis. Well, we could do for the y-axis, but we're going to skip that section. So remember, if we want to find the area, what we're going to have to do is take the integral, the definite integral, from a to b. Now, if we look at a shaded region, I think it's kind of hard to see on this Instagram Live, but if you're looking at the notes, like the shaded region starts here at A and goes all the way to B, so it'd be like a shaded region there. So that's all we really need to do. Today we are just setting it up. Tomorrow we'll go through and solve it, which we already did yesterday. Remember, all we need to do is to, like, if we take the equation here of the function, we need to integrate it, so bump it up 1 degree, put it over that, and then plug in the top number, plug in the bottom number, subtract those two answers. So if you can get the hang of this, feel free to move on, get the week done so then you can enjoy your weekend a little earlier. So like if I wanted to find the shaded region here, like bounded by this whole curve, I have the function here, so 4x minus x squared. What we're going to do if we want to find this area, we look, this graph starts at 0 and it's shaded all the way over till 4. And so we're going to do the integral from 0 to 4 of that equation. Today we're just setting it up. Tomorrow we'll actually go over again how to solve that. So same thing, if you look at these, even if we want to find a straight line, okay, the area underneath that, okay, we can see this straight line starts at 1, goes to 3. That straight line function is 4. So it is, the integral from 1 to 3 of 4 dx. Same thing here. Okay, it starts being shaded at 0, stops being shaded at 3. So 0 to 3 of that graph. And then same thing here. Now what we'll learn eventually is, like, we don't know how to take the integral of this crazy function. We don't know how to do the chain rule, but we can go back and always use geometry to figure some of these shapes out. Like I could go back here and know, all right, this is a rectangle. It's a 2 by 4 rectangle. So this area is going to be 8. Now if I actually do the math to figure that out, it is 8, but we can always go back and use those geometric properties. Same thing here. I got a trapezoid, or I can make a rectangle with a triangle. And so we got a circle here to help us out. So I'm just going to go through the homework, kind of make sure you guys know what to look for. So each one of these here, remember, they have the function, so the function should be like it is, which they all are. We just got to make sure that the integral, it matches the bottom numbers on the x-axis. So it starts being shaded at 0, goes to 2. So you want to make sure 0 is on the bottom, 2 is on the top. So 0 to 2. Yeah, I'll try to zoom this in so you guys can see a little bit better. All right, next problem here. Okay, so we have the function as x squared. All right, all those are x squared. We just got to look at the integral. The function starts at 0 and it stops at 2. So we got to find the one that's 0 to 2. 0 to 2, there we go. That's 2 to 0, so that's backwards. That's something else. 0 to 4, no, that's the y-axis. So it'd be A here, 0 to 2. All right, now, even if we have a crazy integral here, we're not figuring it out. We're just setting it up. So we look at this one here. The integral starts being shaded at -1. It gets shaded all the way through +1. So we're only looking at the x-axis. That's what the dx means on an equation. We're looking at the x-axis part. And we're starting at -1 to 1. So we want to make sure -1 is on the bottom, 1 is on the top. So that one be C. And last one here, even if we have trig functions, it's the same deal. We just look, where do we start shading? We start shading at 0. Where do we stop? We stop at pi/4. So from 0 to pi/4. And that would be B. Okay, super quick lesson. Now, if you combine today's lesson and yesterday's lesson, that's tomorrow's lesson. So if you want to get a head start, you can do that. And then you don't have to worry about anything over the longer weekend. You can start a weekend early. All right, guys, have a great one. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.